Hey everybody, if you want to continue to learn about Donald Trump's pathology, please make sure to follow along and, of course, share. Now, I have two predictions for you today. The first one you've heard from me quite a few times, which is he will not make it to the end of his term. And that could be because of his physical health, but he is 80. You know, at some point things start to slow down, unless you're Mick Jagger, apparently, who can go on forever. But he is 80 years old. But the second reason, clearly, is his mental capability. Right, so this is what is known as decompensating. His body and or the body and or the mind starts to break down. In the case of Donald Trump, it's both. But it seems to me that his mind, his pathology, is actually getting worse because his mind is starting to break down. And here's the interesting thing: he knows it. So even though his false grandiosity, which is why he paints his face gold, why does he do that? You may ask. Well, in my opinion, although I haven't read it anywhere else, but in my opinion, this is like a suit of armor, right, from the medieval ages. It's his protection against narcissistic injury. Think of it, if you like, as Henry VIII's codpiece from his suit of armor. It basically says, look how masculine I am, look how rich I am, look how tough I am. That's what that means. But that is all slowly fading away, which, by the way, as I've said, is actually extremely dangerous. It doesn't change the fact he's a malignant narcissist and a sociopath with sadistic tendencies. So what does that mean? I firmly believe, as he's talking about, I've lowered medicine prices by 400%, 600%, because he goes, that's not enough, 1,000%. I haven't just solved 6 wars, I've sold 8 or sold 10. His grandiosity is in desperate need of narcissistic supply. So what is the second prediction? I predict that we have heard Donald Trump's last complete, coherent sentence. I don't know when it was, it may only been a few weeks ago, but I do truly believe, and I don't say this with malice, that we have heard Donald Trump's last complete, coherent sentence. If you want to learn about Donald Trump's pathology, the book here somewhere is 99 cents. I do it to educate. And if you want the hard copy, it's like $10. Anyway, stay on the right side of history, be smart, be educated, and I'll see you there.